So as tech companies like Google and Apple really improving their ecosystem for their users, I think the next big thing is going to be TV streaming. And so far, Apple is dominating that game with their Apple TV 4K box, as it's been one of the best out there since its launch. But recently, Google made a huge next step towards their product, which is an all-new Google TV streamer with AI built in. So let's compare both of these products and see what it offers. So first, let's start with the form factor. So both of these products are fairly small in size, but in comparison, Google is a bit larger in the length than Apple, and for the most of the TV setups, it's not going to stick out at all, doesn't matter which one you go for. And in terms of colors, Apple only offers a black version with silver remote, and Google offers two versions of the color, which is an off-white and a bit darker hazel color. Now in terms of material, there are two different finishes on this Apple box, as it's glossy on the sides and matte on the top and bottom, and that gives very slick look to your setup. And on the other hand, Google is all matte finish, and being a light color, you won't see any fingerprints on it at all compared to Apple one. And for the inputs, they both have 3 ports in total, one for the HDMI, second for the Ethernet connection, and the third one is to power the device. The setup for both of these devices is fairly simple, as you just plug in the power and connect your HDMI to your TV, and you're pretty much good to go. And let me know in the comments if you want an in-depth startup video. Now let's talk about its user interface. And this is where both of these products are very different from each other. So let's start with the Google first. Now once you get into the home screen, you will see a big thumbnail of shows and all the other personalized ads, and underneath that you'll find your favorite apps that you use frequently, and if you keep scrolling down, you'll get a lot of other recommendations based on your watching habits. So in short, Google's UI interface is focused more on shows, movies and events rather than showing you the apps that you have on your TV, which is great if you're someone who always wants a recommendation to watch new content, whereas Apple is completely opposite of Google's. Once you finally finish setting up, you'll be greeted with a home screen that very much looks like your iPad or iPhone user interface. Now in Apple, the main screen doesn't recommend you any shows until you hover over that specific app, and until then, it gives you this clean minimal look which doesn't give you any sort of advertisement thumbnails on it, which is very true to their Apple's user interface throughout all the products. Alright, now let's talk about its remote control. So in terms of size, they both are pretty identical in length, but Apple is much more slimmer than Google's remote. And for the build quality, Apple wins here very easily, as it has this premium aluminum finish with slick buttons, and Google is all plastic body overall, which feels kind of cheap, and it makes it vulnerable from breaking if you drop it accidentally. Now to power this remote, Google requires 2 AAA batteries, and Apple has inbuilt battery that you can charge through any USB-C cable that you have. Now in terms of buttons on Google remote, you get a navigating dial and other buttons like home, voice assistant, volume, YouTube and Netflix shortcut buttons, and in this new version, they have a new button for custom mode where you can preset any app or activity that you would like to do it quickly, and I set it to open my Google Home app so I can quickly control my other products such as my Nest thermostat to control my temperature. And on the Apple TV remote, you get this touch enabled navigating dial that you can either press it or just swipe to navigate through the interface, which is very easy to get used to first. And it also has these other buttons such as power button, back, play, pause, mute, volume, Siri button on the side, and this quick control access button that you can set it to open either Apple TV app or you can go to home screen straight. And I would say in terms of comfort holding the remote, Apple is more comfortable for me at least, as it feels like you are holding an old iPod in your hand. Now I want to talk about some of the unique features that each product offers. So let's start with the Google first. And the first one is the recommendations on home screen, as you get a ton of shows and movies right on home screen if you don't know what to watch, or you can even pick up where you left off right from the home screen. And if you think that is too much to search for, then you get these 2 dedicated buttons of YouTube and Netflix, which covers pretty much a lot of users, and Google advertised this as a built-in AI product which comes with the new Gemini AI system, but I have some thoughts about it and more on that later. Now in terms of unique features for Apple, it has a whole category of Apple Arcade games that you can play using your Apple remote, or you can even connect your own controller. And I personally don't play games on it, but I think it's a great addition if you have kids at home. Now the next feature that I really like is the smooth integration of other Apple devices such as your AirPods that you can use if you want to watch TV without disturbing anyone around you. Or you may want to invest in a HomePod system which connects to your TV as a TV speaker speaker without any wire, and it will also provide you Dolby Atmos sound. Now it also has this FaceTime app on it as well. So if you want to include your whole family on the call, then you can just simply place your iPhone close to your TV and connect your iPhone's camera, which gives your TV a webcam. And all of this is possible because of the AirPlay technology that Apple has, which means that you can also connect your other Apple devices such as your MacBook and use your TV as an extended display for your MacBook. Now let's talk about things that I don't like in both of these products. So on Google, personally, it's the home screen for me, because for me it's a little bit overwhelming to have a lot of things shown at the same time, which sometimes make it harder to find something specific. Second is the placement of voice assistant button on the remote, which I sometimes accidentally press it while going back, and I think I much prefer that somewhere away from my main controls, similar to the older version. Now another big thing is the integration of Gemini. Now Google says that Gemini is built into this product, but except of showing summary and generating some AI screensavers, there isn't anything else where AI is being used, at least yet. So I'm really hoping that they would add more features moving forward that relates to Gemini AI features. Now let's talk about Apple. So for my system, I'm using two new HomePods as my main TV speaker, which sounds great to be honest, but sometimes I just lose connection with my TV for no reason, and it does get really annoying because now you have to restart your TV in order to connect those speakers again wirelessly. And another thing that I don't like is that it cannot process a specific request, such as playing a specific show on Netflix using just Siri commands, because for now it only opens the app and do play and pause inside the app, and there are more features available in the Apple TV app itself, but I would like them to make those features universal throughout the system. And since this specific model got its update before all the Apple Intelligence, there is no AI features available yet on this, which I think Apple will add them in the next generation product. So the biggest question is, which one is for you? So I think in my opinion, it all comes down to which ecosystem you already invested in or you are going to, because lots of features that this both product offers utilizes its device integration, which makes the whole experience seamless. So let's say you already have a lot of Google products, then go for Google TV. And if you have a lot of Apple products around you, then go for Apple TV. And if you still haven't invested in either of this ecosystem and you are still considering both, then I would say that if you're looking for simplicity and quick access to your apps without getting any ads, then definitely consider Apple, because the user interface is pretty much straightforward and you can get into your shows really quickly. But if you're someone who is always looking for recommendations, or you want to access the show that you're watching right away from the home screen, then Google is the right choice for you. And personally, I'm probably going to stick with the Apple because of its overall UI experience. And with the integration with all of my other Apple devices, I think it's a no-brainer for me to stay with this until Google or any other company just blows my mind with something completely new. Now, don't get me wrong that if I choose Apple, I'm saying Google TV is bad. No, it's just that for me, it's not providing me enough value compared to the Apple TV, since I already invested a lot in Apple ecosystem. So in the comments down below, let me know what do you use or which one you think you'll get for yourself this holiday season, and you might want to watch these other videos that I think you will also enjoy. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.